Hello. Hello, YouTube. It's your boy coming at you, lying on his back, eating lunch, eating a pastrami and some other kind of, I think, Black Forest ham sandwich. I'm staring at that gut whale, which it was one of those games that I found. Whoops. Uh, Thumbnail for like years at this point because it took me so long to get back into doing this. There we go down. I think it's interesting. It's a horrible phrase that I keep using. Now we're in April. Do I have to go down at the bottom? Yeah, I go up. And here we are. We're going on to the next month. April is kind of a crazy month for game releases. And oh, yeah. Yeah. You just already have those. Those weren't checked. I think those go away after you change the month. But you actually click those and then you just refresh the page and that opens it up. And you have to do that or else you have to manually push those open every time, which is annoying. But I was looking at that, thinking about that Elden Ring animation that was playing, and when I had this thought, which everyone like, which applies to like uh, Red Letter Media applied to Star Trek. That it's one of those. It was one of those last, like the reason the reboot did so well. The Kelvin timeline with like Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto was the reason it did so well was because Star Trek was one of the last things that hadn't been mined for nostalgia from from like back when there was only 3 channels on TV, and uh, so there's this idea that okay, you don't because of the growing amount of stuff you can watch on the internet, you can't really can't really find a find like you don't go over the same media over and over and over because it's all you have, and so like people don't really replay games anymore or rewatch movies. And I'm just thinking about it, but I think with games at least that's not true because you still have like every Dark Souls game and every Soulsborne game that has come out has like almost all of them have just been like people are obsessed with them and like replay them over and over and they make videos and they never forget about them. People are still screaming about Bloodborne. Someone made Bloodborne PSX literally just because and people are and it was got huge attention. There was a no clip documentary about it. So I don't think the era of replaying games because you like them is dead. I think it's just that it's very specific games. There's no sound on this one. Yeah, there is no sound. I always forget to turn the volume down on the browser so you can hear me better. If I sound weird, it's because I'm lying down on my back this time. Which is what I was supposed to do before, but I just didn't want to bother, which ironically made it more harder to do sitting up. A lot of shooting VR games just exist. Where's the mech game? Where is the awesome fully integrated mech game in VR. Like, where is it? Like, why hasn't it been made yet? Where's the Mech Warrior Battle Station equivalent for VR? I haven't, because if it exists, I haven't heard it. And as you've seen, I see everything or almost everything. Like, there's user error, obviously, but it seems like there really should just no one. That's just money on the table that no one's gotten to yet. Another VR game. Yeah, I told you. There's just shit ton. There's just a bunch of indie games. In India is where VR lives. It's pushed by AAA and billionaires who don't understand it. But indie games are where it's at. I really want to make a site someday that's just like a better version of what we're doing, where it's just gets like 10 people to play every game, 10 like random like people from different backgrounds to play every game, to just like weed out the garbage in a much more digestible manner than this. I like the pixel art. This person has good animation instincts. I know it's going to be not great, but I would like to check the reviews. Ooh, but discounted. Single piece of music. Yeah, this looks like a first game. Yeah, the art's good though. Whoever made these fonts and this thing is actually pretty good at their job. It's probably a template though, so someone just bought somewhere. This actually looks a little more interesting than like usual first-person horror. Oh, it's VR. That's why. That's why the camera's moving like that. Chaos Theory Pirates. It's really crazy that Jurassic Park has one good movie and there's so many of them. Red Letter Media just released a review of Predator 2, a review, and one something that like was interesting that Jay pointed out was it's like the only out of like all the 80s and well and additionally late 70s survival survival horror movies, and like horror action movies. Predator is basically the only one that's still like has like that still makes like has like a higher batting average. It's like even if like we ignore the Alien versus Predator movies, which I kind of do, they're not the worst. But if you ignore those, because those are like crossover movies, and you just go by like Predator, it's like Predator 1's great. Predator 2 is not. I don't like Predator 2, but everything about it, other than like the weird comedic tone and like over the top tone to it, is I like. Like there's so much like more it adds to the lore. It gives you new tools that the Predator uses. It's like and that's like established that okay, they've been coming to Earth for like hundreds of years at least. And it's just like then you get like Predators, which is also like not like it's not like as good as Predator 1, but it's still like a pretty good movie. And I haven't seen Prey, but people seem to like Prey, so it's like yeah, there hasn't really. Oh, and it's like the bad one is The Predator, which was no one likes that movie, so it's like yeah, it's like it actually they've made like 3 good movies and no other. Like Terminator didn't manage that, Alien didn't manage that, and like Jurassic Park only made 1 good movie. So like for whatever reason, Predator was able to get out of that cycle of just rehashing the same shit over and over by just like not bringing back main characters. Like the main character of Predator is the Predator, so they can kind of just do whatever they want. Predator ends up being more resilient as a franchise because they don't have to keep doing nostalgia callback things. I completely forgot why I started talking about this. Horror video game franchises actually usually work out a lot better. Well, like they have a higher batting average than movies. Like even if you look at Silent Hill, there's like 5 good Silent Hill games, and then like the rest suck. Or 4 if you don't like Silent Hill 4, there's still like 4 good Silent Hill games. Yeah, there's a bunch of bad ones, but you look at Resident Evil. Like Resident Evil has had like a really like crazy good run. Like it had a dip around RE5 and RE6, even though I love parts of RE6. But most of them are good games. And like movies just don't get that for horror franchises.
The inhabitants of Earth and Kaiba thrived for millennia, each unaware of the other, until space travel brought them together. Then everything changed. For 200 years they battled, humans and Kaiban.
This voice actor is too good for this game.
I'm recording this in case I don't of messing with Alice.
All this voice acting is too good for this game. Planet 2000. In the far-flung future year of 2000. There's something about this kind of a menu aesthetic that's always. It's like this was established in like the 90s as okay, we have our buttons and our like how our menu layout is, and we're gonna try to put some good texturing on it, but it never really like fully escapes the fact that everything is like very rigid and like squares. It's got a very like specific look to it. Don't know how this one will be. I was gonna read the title, and then I looked at it. The Last Bee. In the UK, it's called the Legend of Honey. No one's gonna get that joke. It's not even a joke. Just a reference.
What if this
Outpost on Syrinx. Oh, that's a. It's a. What do you call it? 2021 reference? We are the priests of the Temple of Syrinx. Counterfight. You walk into a blue deck, nothing but counters. Eh. Iwate Mountain Dance. I wasn't expecting a shooter. Oh no, they're throwing the donuts at us. It means the boss is serious. It's got a weird, kind of reminds me of Nidhogg for some reason. It's not that minimalist, but it kind of looks cool, but it's got to be more than that. Another sword fighting VR game. The world abandoned by the gods. The fuck is this? I think it's some kind of JRPG styled game, but whatever. Fill all. Oh look, it's every mini game. Defective holiday.
It's not working correctly. He said it didn't make much sense
Here at Total Recall, go to Mars, become a secret agent, get lobotomized.
Obviously, there are no guarantees, as I haven't tested it myself, so you'd be on your own with it. You're okay with that, right?
Memories of a New Place. If you're gonna updo a Sense trailer, always include a gameplay trailer beside it. Familia. They're gonna fight on that desktop, that Windows background. Fight the Empire. Familia follows four protagonists through a journey to retake their homeland. Act 1. Music Wave. Song of Yellow River. This will be bad. Focused on the anti-Japanese war from 1931 to 1945. Yeah. It's an interesting era. One of the first, I think the first Chinese feature film was, I think it's Iron Fan or Iron Princess, where it just adapted the part of Journey to the West, the actual original book. They adapted a few chapters. Oh, it's Princess Iron Fan, and they just adapted a couple chapters of it, and it's just if you ever want to look at it, it's really interesting. But they made it just as an anti-Japan thing because of the Japanese, because it was World War II and the Japanese were invading. So the first feature length Japanese or a Chinese animated film was Princess Iron Fan, and it was produced. It was completely made during World War II, during the entire invasion, which is pretty nuts. The Walking Evil. Is that the Spencer Estate? Is that David Lynch? Wow. That's the Reverend. That was the Resident Evil scheme of titling. Doesn't look very good. Merc Company. Could be good. Don't know. Family Man prologue. Lucky there's a prologue.
Any problems got you down? Looking for something to do. How important it is.
The free intro to the upcoming
Visit River.
a story-led RPG. Log on now and save money. How will you pay back the mob? Strange creatures.
Beginning daily report. Temperature check
This is the sequel to Deadly Creatures. Ooh, that walk cycle startup not looking too hot. This looks like someone who's actually trying to make a game, though. Kind of a cool concept, but you know, you have to make an interesting game out of it. And this person seems like they got the idea and were able to make a game out of it, but you need like more like juice to it to actually make it fun to play. Good effort though. Rainy season. This is about a man living on the equator where they only have the rainy season and the dry season. I like how it looks. Actually, does well with what it's given. Instead of just looking like every Unity asset flip. A story about an ordinary family spending time at home during the rain. It's gotta be kind of like infuriating that someone could just make a game that a trailer like that and be like, there's no actual mechanics to it, but the way it's presented was very like well done. So it actually gets people to look at it. So short, powerful, and impactful. It's a nice short experience. Takes at most an hour. I'm zooming in because I'm farther away from my monitor. There could be more. There could be way more, but for the price, it's still a decent deal. So I'm kind of fresh to find a bored kid in the house for a while. Pretend to be a bored kid in the house. It's very short, beautiful, and cozy. Okay. Actually, for me, hearing, the game is only 44 minutes long is, that's a good thing to me. It's like eventually when I buy it, I'll be like, okay, this is going to be a fucking million-hour grind fest. I've been watching someone play Dragon's Dogma 2. I've been watching a stream, and it's fucking exactly what I thought it was gonna be, which is the story's gonna suck. Every word out of everyone's mouth is gonna be boring to listen to. And then, like, once you actually get into being able to interact with the environment or do anything, like, mechanically, it becomes interesting. But it's like, if I ever played that game, I would just mash through all the dialogue because it's so fucking bad and poorly presented. I don't know, like, it's there's just this style of writing of just like we're trying to make it serious, and they're just like, I think I could describe it as they're talking about exposition, but it's exposition that doesn't matter and is boring. Whereas like but like you can get, you can get something like Legend of the Galactic Heroes, which is almost nothing but exposition and describing the situation and talking about the political and tactical situations, and that's just so interesting because they're actually discussing interesting things. I think it's because they're actually talking about things, whereas like Dragon's Dogma 2 is just, yeah, we need to endlessly talk about how you're the guy. you gotta go do the thing. And like me saying that is more like accurate, is like as accurate as people going, oh, you're the Arisen, you have to go dark and arise. Truly, the verily thou are arisen. And it's like a good general thing is, hey, could I cut this dialogue? And if the answer is yes, you fucked up. Grow forest by meditating. Yeah, I'm too angry to play the meditation game. Cat in the box. Not gonna say it. You're all thinking it. I'm not gonna say it. All 0 of you. Like this art style. It's making good use of this RPG Maker engine, but they actually animated it and filtered it correctly. I feel like actual good survival horror has just existed in the RPG Maker scene for the past decade. That's where you get interesting stuff that looks good. Horror adventure game. It's like what's that? It's that one. It has a very specific name. It's like Red, or it's the game the lady, the painting that has a lady in a red dress in it, and she comes alive and comes after you, like while stuck to the painting. That game. But just like the presentation looks good, so criminally underrated game. Probably looked overlooked due to being made in RPG Maker. Freaking terrifying. A lot of random events. That's good. It's good to have in a horror game. Short and fun to play. Emmer's a bit too fast. Super fun immersion for Japanese. It's very short. Having played a lot of free RPG horror makers in this vein, this one didn't really feel there's much for emotional. Blah blah blah. I find press shift to run. Very, very helpful, very useful. Yep. Mostly pretty good reviews. So, gonna check that one out at some point. Hide or die. Yeah, we're in the AA area of really great environments, but actual kind of slightly janky character animations. For PS4 era models, but PS2 era animation, which is, I think, is like one of the worst things about modern video games. Like people who don't recognize that you can't do that, like it looks bad. Like I would kill to just have like the new Alone in the Dark reboot reimagining, if that was just a PS2 era, like if it looked like Metal Gear Solid 3 with like those kinds of models, or like Haunting Ground with, because those have like incredible character models on the PS2 that are just like textures instead of what we have now. It's like it would have looked so much better if they just did that style. This looks like a Dead by Daylight style game that I've never heard of. Ooh, mixed. That's not surprising. That kind of happens when you have a game that's that people are supposed to put hundreds and hundreds of hours in too. It's like I played literally thousands of hours of League of Legends, and my review for it would be, "Don't fucking play it. It's the worst thing that'll ever happen to you." But yeah, unfortunately, that's this is just you get kind of like, if you want to play Dead by Daylight, you play that, or you look for the Dead by Daylight clones. So here's today's winners. Sorry. Who needs a Nintendo Direct? Just skip to the end of these videos. That's your Direct every day. Not to be confused with Box Cat, which is a 2D platformer. That's not very good. Well, we've had our fun, but we must maintain constant vigilance against the global